All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And this time we were talking about a case that I think a lot of people will find really interesting because it's got all the makings of, a Hollywood movie or, something like that.
Yeah. I
So
know this case.
I know, right? I mean, so we were talking about the murder of Fabio Simonelli.
Right. It
And
happened in January 2017.
yeah, 2017. So this has been, going on for a while.
Yeah, a long time coming to trial.
Yeah, and he was found in his home.
In Woodland Hills.
Yeah, in Woodland Hills. And initially, the police thought that it was like a robbery gone wrong.
Yeah, it looked like a home invasion, but then things didn't add up.
Right. So at first, it seems like an open and shut case.
Yeah.
Some intruders, maybe they got spooked and something went wrong. But
yeah, but the thing is that a lot of valuables were left behind.
yeah, like an $8,000 Rolex.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why would they leave that?
And a safe that was untouched.
Right.
So it's like, that's a huge red flag. I mean, right off the bat.
It's suspicious, for sure.
Yeah, it almost seems like they wanted the police to think that it was a robbery.
Yeah, like they were trying to cover their tracks.
Yeah. But luckily the police, they weren't fooled, and they found something else at the crime scene.
Unidentified blood.
Yeah, unidentified blood that was not Fabio's.
Exactly.
So now we're really...
That plot thickens.
Yeah, the plot definitely thickens here, so...
And that's how they found Robert Baker.
Yeah.
Because the blood matched him.
Right, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because Robert Baker seemingly has no connection to Fabio Simonelli.
Right. He was just kind of this average guy.
Yeah, an average guy with seemingly no reason to be, at Fabio Simonelli's home.
Yeah, no clear motive.
Yeah, but they did some more digging, and they found out that Baker was connected to Fabio.
Through his wife.
Yeah, through Fabio's wife, Monica Centilli.
Yeah.
And how was he connected to her? Well, they met at the local gym, and it seems that Monica and Robert Baker were having an affair.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Yeah, so suddenly we go from, robbery to...
Love triangle.
Yeah, love triangle, potential conspiracy, all that kind of stuff. So things are getting very interesting.
Yeah, it really complicates the case.
Yeah, so what other kind of evidence did the investigators find?
So they found thousands of calls and texts between Monica and Baker.
Wow.
Like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
And also witnesses said that they saw some suspicious behavior between the two of them at Fabio's wake.
Wow, so like right in front of everyone?
Yeah, they weren't exactly being subtle.
And specifically, they noted that Robert Baker had bandaged hands.
Yeah?
Which later they found out were injuries they sustained during a struggle.
During the murder.
Yeah, so wow.
The evidence was piling up.
Yeah, the evidence is really piling up against them. It's like,
yeah.
It makes you wonder, were there any signs, beforehand that maybe, Fabio's family or friends?
Yeah, like maybe they missed something.
Missed or just dismissed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times these things are happening right in front of us and we just don't realize.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, some family members, they did notice a change in Monica's behavior.
Yeah, but they just attributed to stress or something.
Yeah, they didn't think that anything sinister was at play.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's easy to miss the signs.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our potential suspects, but the police can't just go and arrest them.
Right. They need solid evidence.
Yeah. What other kind of investigative techniques did they use?
Well, they used some covert tactics like tailing Monica and Baker.
Okay.
To see if they would meet up or do anything suspicious.
Yeah, so like private investigators following them around.
Yeah, exactly. And they also tapped their phones.
Oh. Wow.
So they could listen to their conversations.
Yeah, and, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm assuming that they have to get warrants for all of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They can't just do that willy-nilly.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, that kind of surveillance and stuff, that can take a long time.
Yeah, it's a slow and meticulous process, but it's often what cracks these cases wide open.
Yeah, for sure. So it seems like the police are building a really strong case against Monica and Robert Baker.
Right. And then in 2023, Baker decided to enter a plea.
Okay, so in 2023, Baker enters a plea, and it was a no-contest plea.
Right.
So for our listeners who might not be familiar with all the legal jargon, can you explain what a no-contest plea means?
Yes, so basically it means that Baker's accepting the punishment,
Okay.
but he's not actually admitting guilt.
Okay, so it's kind of like, I'm not saying I did it, but I'm also not saying I didn't do it.
Exactly. It's a strategic move.
Okay.
And it's often used to avoid a lengthy and expensive trial.
Okay. So, but he still gets the same sentence as if he had, pled guilty.
Right, exactly.
So he accepted a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So Baker's in jail for the rest of his life, but it kind of raises a new set of questions about Monica's role in all of this.
Yeah, like, was she the mastermind behind it all?
Right.
Or was she just manipulated by Baker?
Yeah, so Monica has always maintained her innocence.
Yes, she has.
And her daughters have also, come to her defense and said that their mother was not involved.
Right. They believe that Baker acted alone.
Yeah, and they believe that maybe he was obsessed with their mother.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, or maybe there was some other motive that we don't even know about.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so this brings us up to present day.
Yeah.
Monica's trial is coming up in April 2024.
Uh-huh.
And what are some potential defense strategies that her lawyers might use?
Well, they're going to try to discredit the prosecution's case
Okay.
by highlighting any inconsistencies in the evidence.
Yeah.
And they're going to emphasize Monica's lack of a clear motive.
Right. It doesn't seem like she had, financial gain in mind or
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
So,
They're also probably going to try to paint Baker as a volatile and unpredictable person
No.
who acted alone.
yeah, to try to, separate Monica from him.
Exactly.
So in a case like this, testimony can be really, really important.
Yeah. Especially Baker's testimony.
Yeah. Will Robert Baker be called to testify?
But we don't know yet.
And if he is, will he stick to, his story and say that Monica wasn't involved, or will he, change his story and implicate her?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah, I mean, a lot is riding on Baker's testimony.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the evidence and the legal strategy and all that, but it's important to remember that, there are real people.
Yeah, this is a real tragedy.
Yeah, there are real people at the heart of this story.
With families
Yeah.
and lives that have been shattered.
Fabio Simonelli's family, they're having to deal with, the loss of their loved one
Yeah.
and also the potential betrayal of Monica.
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
Yeah. And on the other side, you have Monica's daughters who are standing by their mother
Yeah.
and saying that she's innocent.
Right.
So it's just a really heartbreaking situation for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
So we've laid out the facts, we've explored the evidence, but
There's still so many unanswered questions.
yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. And I think one of the biggest ones is, why would Robert Baker take the fall for Monica?
Right. If she really is innocent, why would he protect her?
Yeah, it doesn't really add up.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher.
Unless maybe he really was in love with her and was trying to, protect her.
Yeah. Or maybe there's a bigger plan that we're not privy to.
Yeah, like maybe they had some kind of agreement
Yeah.
where, he would take the fall and then she would,
Take care of his family or something.
yes, or something like that. Or, maybe she's not innocent at all.
Right. Maybe she was the mastermind.
Yeah, maybe she was the mastermind and Baker was just, a pawn in her game.
It's possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to say what the truth is.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what comes out at trial.
Yeah, April 2024. I mean, that's just a few months away, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully, we'll get some answers and Fabio Simonelli's family will finally get some justice.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for, walking us through this case.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is a really intriguing one, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it as it develops.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you in the next deep dive.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.